tech unboxing, and this is part of my playlist for the ongoing PC build. And I mentioned in the first episode that I was expecting a graphics card. It was supposed to come on Saturday, but I waited in all day for it. No music, no nothing. It was horrible, a horrible day, and it didn't come. Even worse, I had Black Ops installed ready to play. That was really doing my head in. I had the new version of Black Ops. So this is the card. I've gone for an MSI GeForce GTX 950. Now this is the smaller version. It's only 17 centimeters long, so it'd be perfect for a cheap little ITX build. It also came with a free copy of Heroes of the Storm, which I don't want, so I've put that link in the description. If you claim it, if you get there first, drop a little message saying thanks. You don't have to, but just be nice. And I was originally looking at getting a 960. Because it's only about 20 to 30 pounds price difference, but I managed to pick this up for the card that I just put down. I managed to pick it up for £100. I think that was either from CCL or Dabs. I can't remember. I've ordered loads this week, so yeah, that sort of swayed me. I haven't got a lot of games, so I want to build the game library, and like I said with this whole build, it's like an ongoing evolution of constantly building a slightly better PC. So there'll be more graphics cards next year, so this will do me fine. So let's get it unboxed, and then I did the unboxing earlier in the week for that video as well, that's coming in a second, and then I'm going to tell you all my final thoughts and feelings on the card, and I've run Black Ops a little bit as well, so you can know about how that ran for me. Right, let's get this unboxed now. On the front of the box, there's not really a lot going on. We've just got what looks to be a jet fighter, GeForce GTX 950, the MSI. That's the afterburner as well, which is included software that you can use to monitor it from your Android or iOS smartphone. Now, it has got 2 GB of DDR5 memory, and also the core clock is, because it's the pre-overclocked edition, is running at 1076 MHz with a boost of 1253, giving an effective memory clock of 6.61 GHz. Should I put my phone down now and stop reading off it? Yeah, let's do that. And it's also running at 128-bit as well. DirectX 12, and like it says, ATX 17 centimeters, but I would say that's micro ITX size. Few other things as well. You can use game streaming as well, and there's also the G-Sync feature as well if you've got a G-Sync monitor, although if you have a G6 monitor I don't think you're going to be running a 950. To the side again, we've just got the sort of specs, the Nvidia green, and then it's white on the top here, more sort of labelling, and then you've just got the exact model number. And on the back here, yes, we just have included about the MSI afterburner, solid cap capacitors, and then just all the general Nvidia features, including the CUDA as well, which has got 768 CUDA cores. Let's say CUDA cores then, CUDA cores. And then as well, you've got some minimum system requirements as well. Now this uses quite an energy efficient card. It only actually uses 90 watts of power. Anyway, there's been loads of chatting and you've come to watch the unboxing, so let's get it unboxed. Oh, and there doesn't appear to be a lot in here with the card, so I'll put that down. Nothing else in here. Can't see any sort of adapters and stuff, so if you've got any VGA stuff you're probably going to need an adapter. Let's have a look in here. No adapters or cables. It's a bit odd. Maybe this has been one that had been returned. Maybe that's why I got it cheap. If yours came with any cables or anything, please let me know. Then there is just documentation on how to install a graphics card. And then we have the driver and utility, but I always recommend downloading the latest driver from Nvidia. And also when you're installing your graphics card driver, don't do anything else on the computer. I'll just leave it to it. That could sometimes cause an issue. Let's put this box down and then let's have a look at the card. It comes in a nice ESD bag. As you can see, I've got a strap on. Wicked. But if you haven't got a strap on, just touch the power supply and ground yourself, because you don't want to be touching this without it. As you can see, it is a very small card. And it was white, although this, you're not really seeing it much here on the camera, but this white plastic, it's a cheap card, but it's not the white I was expecting. I was expecting more of a glossy sort of thing. This looks like a really cheap toy sort of thing, but there's the single cooler. They do a longer one, but unless you're trying to fill a case, you don't need really long cards on this Maxwell architecture, the low end cards. It doesn't dissipate much heat. There you've got the 6-pin power port, like I said, the 90 watt. You can run this in Crossfire, So there's the little crossfire tab. I'm going to leave that on for now so I don't touch it when I install it. No backplate, but this is finished all in black as well, which is quite nice, and there's a little anti-tamper tag on it there. Again, there's your, you pull off your, and plugging it into your PCI slot. And let's have a look at the ports. Now there is a DVI and a DVI-D, so you can use that to hook up to your VGA as well, if you've got any of that. And I think that's the 2500 by 1600 is the max you can get out of DVI. And then there is a display port as well, and a HDMI, which I think both support 4K. This definitely does support 4K out on one of the monitors, but I imagine the display port and the HDMI will both support 4K out. So there we go. There's just a quick look at the graphics card. Let's get it installed. So I've got the card all installed now, and I've left the crossfire little tab on. I'm going to spray that white to match. The only reason I've left that on is sometimes I sort of might put my hand in just to get rid of some dust or stuff without being properly grounded. So yeah, I'm just going to spray that white and leave it on as a nice little feature. Little annoyed that it didn't come with a screw to secure it in the box as well. That's just it's only a little thing really, but if you haven't got one, you might end up putting it in there and then it's going to be hanging in the system because you just want to play games. So now I'm going to get all the drivers installed, get it all set up, and then we'll get this unboxing up at the end of the week when I can tell you some final thoughts and feelings on the card and how I'm finding it in this little AM1 system. So the drivers themselves were pretty easy to install. I will have to admit they didn't work on the first try, mainly because I was probably doing loads of other stuff on my PC at the time. And that's just a general thing as well. If you're ever installing drivers, just step away from the PC, turn everything off, turn your antivirus off, just turn everything off, let the driver install if you're having issues. Now, as I showed earlier when it was inside this case when we had the close-up, it is only in an AM1 5350 system at the moment. And I really do think that's the bottleneck, and also the 8GB of RAM, which we'll go into in a second, because that's not running a dual channel, so I think that's causing issues. I was able to get Black Ops running on this system, and I was getting anywhere between 35 and 55 frames per second, maybe getting 60 sometimes. That was at 1080p, that was details at high, and then the shadowing and certain effects down to medium, and then the FXA, MSA sort of stuff, just at 2 times. But that's where I was having the issue, was with the RAM. And I don't know if anybody else is having this on lower end systems, because lower end gaming systems are still sold, a lot of them are still sold with 8GB of RAM. Now this, I can only play Black Ops between 10 and 30 minutes and it crashes because I maxed RAM out. I did plan to order 16GB of RAM in the next few weeks, but I've had to order it early and it will be here today or tomorrow, so we'll get those videos for you. But that is the only issue I'm having at the moment. I didn't expect wonders from this because it is an entry card, but when it is running, it does look really nice, and it is running smooth. So as soon as I got that RAM running, I will upload some videos next week to see what this card can do in such a cheap system. Thanks for watching. There'll be loads more videos over the coming weeks of the ongoing PC build, so if you like it, there's only one thing to do really, and that's subscribe down the bottom, and whoever has the free game, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks, bye.